Today we are going to take everything out of my cube here. It is a 6 cube from Better Homes and Garden. I bought it at Walmart.com about 2 years ago. I needed a solution to store our shoes and things because they were just all over the great room here, which is the dining area. I have it zoned off into sections to make it multifunctional for my family and my family's needs. We have areas where we keep the laundry baskets because the rooms are small, and the utility room is downstairs with our washer and dryer unit. Don't have actual coat closets, so I created spaces to hang up coats. And as soon as the cold weather snaps and we're in nothing but warm weather, I'm going to be rotating our clothing items. And what I mean by that, I'm going to be taking out all the winter stuff and bagging them down to storage until late August, early September, where I'll bring them back up because, like Mother Nature does to us every year, we have a false spring, false summer, and a false fall, and a false winter, making fun of us when we're wanting nicer weather or wanting cooler weather, and it's the opposite. I'm going to start by taking everything off the cube. Then we're going to wipe it down if needed because it's probably dusty on the top. And then we're going to go through all the bins. I'm going to pack up a lot of the sneakers that my teen has because I don't think they'll be bringing all of them to college in the fall. Probably just their running shoes and a good pair of walking shoes. Hey everyone, we're going to take everything off of the cube first. I'm going to do one bin at a time to make things easier, and we're going to declutter each bin. If you're curious about the rocks, I visit waterfalls, and quite a bit of them throughout the year in all weather. And those are there because I take a rock home with me every time I visit one. I didn't get one yesterday when I went to one over in Rensselaerville, New York, because there was a lot of snow on the ground. And I didn't want a chance in slipping because, I mean, it was really slushy and snowy over at the waterfall. They got way more than we did. Sometimes things just get put away and shoved from my family members. And I'm going to keep one of these candles in each of the shoe bin because it smells like fresh laundry. And it's going to keep the bin smelling fresh. I'm going to have my teen go through all these shoes and see which ones fit and don't fit. These are 6.5, and if my teen will let me have them, I'm going to ask them if they're not interested in them anymore because I need a good pair of sneakers, and I wear a 6.5. I didn't realize they were wearing my size. That doesn't even go in here. I think these are mine, or maybe they were theirs with the prom from 9th grade. My kid went to the 9th grade prom. This belongs to a flag, I believe. Extra shoelaces. I believe these are their shoes for track. And these. So I'll put them both in the green bag. There's a little bit of dirt in here, no grime, so I'm going to take a wipe and just lightly wipe it out. These bins I bought at Five Below. I don't buy a lot at Five Below, but they're good quality and they're a little bigger than the Dollar Tree cloth bins. So you can see in, I'm just going to lightly wipe it out. This is one of the last projects for my spring cleaning within the apartment. I don't have to do too much on the outer apartment. There's no yard. Most of the yard is the neighbor's yard next to us. And it's downstairs in the basement of a tenant takes care of that part. All we have to do is take care of our deck. And we usually put the trash out on Wednesdays and bring it back in. I don't like the lady down underneath directly doing a lot because they are in their 80s and have health problems. So we do as much as we can for them. Just a simple wipe gets it clean and keeps them newer longer. I've had this bin for about, I want to say 3 years now because my cube's about 3. I think these are the cleats. Yep, those are the cleats. I'm going to add the running shoes. See if it fits. Keep them both in one bag. They'll be doing track in college if it's available, or track and field. This is a solo one we haven't been able to find. The mate. Not sure why that's in there, but it's going to go back. These have seen their day. Put the black dress shoes back. My school district gets out towards the end of June. We start the day after Labor Day. It's been like that my entire life. First bin's done. Now I'm going to be working on the extra bins. Taking them out one at a time. I see some stuff tucked on the side here. Let's get it all out. It's not where you put things away. Here's my tweens bin. If you want to do this in zones, zone 1 is removing everything from the top that you no longer see. Zone 2, removing all the bins. Zone 3, going through the bins. Zone 4, wiping everything out. Zone 5, organizing it and putting it back. So there's 5 zones, and always remove 5 to 10 items whenever you're decluttering to make room and to discard, or if you can, purge or donate. We're going to go through this bin and do the same thing we did to the first one. Take everything out, wipe it out, and put back what's needed. Going through my tweens bin now, discarding anything that is a mismatch or missing a mate. Getting out all the junk clutter. The gloves and hats will go into its own bin with the umbrellas. Then we're going to wipe it out clean and sort things and put them back to get the bin organized. Using just a basic cleaning wipe. I'm going to do the inside as well as the out part. Now we're going to put things back by pair. That way they're easily grabbed. I'm going to put back the first 2 bins so there's room on the table. That one's Jacqueline's. I don't need to label them. They don't pay attention to labels, my family. And the top left is my teens. They know where to put things. Got these first 2 bins ready to go. It makes my mornings easier, having all the shoes in one place, knowing what to grab, depending on the weather. Now we're going to start down here. This is like an everything bin, but we're going to go through it and discard what we don't need or don't use. We're going to go through this. I can purge things like this. I may keep it for a grandchild because my kids just no longer are interested in it, but they do still like it. Things that I put away really quickly. We're going to purge and donate where we can, and then toss where we can. On to the junk bin. Everything is going to be categorized by toss, purge, and keep. I don't do a lot of keeping, but some of these are craft items and are very useful. I'm going to donate where I can, as well as purge. And I want to get rid of at least 10 items. I like to fill up an entire bag every time I declutter or reorganize an area. And we're going to wipe it down clean and put things back. And I'm going to do gloves and hats in this bin with the umbrellas. This is all I'm going to keep in this bin. Hats, mittens, gloves, an umbrella. I have another umbrella down at the bottom of my steps. I can go back in here. The pink one I'm going to purge. Just get rid of it because it's taking up real estate in my home and nobody uses it. It'll give another little girl some joy. We're going to wipe out the area where this belongs. And I see some stuff kind of stuck in there that don't belong. So let's get all that out and wipe it out. Go ahead and take out whatever this is. And a planner from the Dollar Tree. I use these to mail gift cards occasionally. It has a larger item to go with it. Just wipe out the bin. And then we're going to put it back. Take out this bin. This one's mine. I use it for my flip flops. I do keep some at the top of my stairs. My husband also has a bin, and then we have another bin for, I call it a junk bin, like a junk drawer. This one's going to be easy. There's some plastic bags here. They don't allow plastic bags in the supermarkets anymore here, which is stupid because I use them for everything in my home. There's so many great uses for plastic bags. So they are worth their weight in gold now in my state. This one doesn't really need a lot of wiping out. So that is really good. I keep my extra sandals in here. And that's all I'm going to put back in this. And then we're going to sift through all the stuff on the table and see what's going to be purged, donated, or tossed. Let's go to the last 2 cubes. On to the last 2 cubes here, one at a time to make things easier. Found the rainbow sneakers that belong to my kid. We're going to wipe it out. This houses the winter boots that Jacqueline likes. I do keep them up here all year. They don't go downstairs. And now we're on to my husband's bin. I'm going to wipe it out. It's a little more dirty. There's a small hole in it, but because it's on a shelf, it'll be fine, and I'll replace it when I find another larger one. Notice some things stuck behind the cube. I'm going to grab them and discard them. Anything that's trash could be considered an item when you remove things from a decluttering project. I've done over 10, so that makes me very happy. All of the bins are done. Jacqueline's backpack stays next to it, so they can pick it up and go to the bus stop. My teen likes to keep theirs in their room. The shoes are accessible. Everything's cleaned out and wiped out and clutter free. And we're going to only have one bin full of miscellaneous. My husband's bin ended up with a lot of stuff in it. That's why it looked like another junk bin. It has a tiny little hole, but because it sits on a shelf, it'll be fine until I find large ones like that at the Dollar Tree. Now we're going to go through this pile. My rocks are going to stay, my skull, and a few of the other things. The crafts are going to go into my buckets for my craft items, and we're going to sort through everything. My favorite part when it comes to decluttering and organizing is sifting through and weeding through everything to see what I'm keeping or getting rid of. I'm continuing working, and I'm putting back very little on the cube top so it doesn't look cluttery. My rocks from the waterfalls that I love, and the gnomes from the Dollar Tree I like a lot. They're going to each sit on a rock. One looks like the state of New York, and I thought that was really cool. Sorting through the remainder of the stuff, a lot of them are craft items. I have bins behind the TV that are set up by category, and that houses everything so I can easily find things. The umbrella I'm going to purge. The bottle will go into the bathroom. It's my kids. This is my big bag of discard, and everything that I was going to keep is put away in bins and sorted. not these bins. The shoes on the floor are going to be looked at and tossed because they have a big hole in them. And I got a couple more items that I got to put away. I'm going to keep out the anthrax because it is spring. And I decluttered the top of the cube and put some things away because it was a fall decor. And I kept out the gnomes and my rocks and the skulls hiding behind the rocks.